Ariel Helwani post-fight at Strikeforce in Dallas alongside Josh Barnett, who submitted Brett Rogers tonight. And Josh, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
I also enjoyed the post-fight interview promo. It seemed as though the babyface assassin officially experienced his babyface turn. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I can play heel, I can play babyface, but the War Master here has to set the babyface, at least nickname aside, as just too old for it. And Bolt Thrower, just a couple of years, actually a few years back when I was fighting in Affliction, they dubbed me the War Master after one of their albums. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
What do you think of your performance overall?
You know what? It was not the most exciting, but in terms of from where I was at, it was perfect. I put him on the ground, and after I started feeling him out, feeling his energy underneath me, I knew that he had a lot of oomph, he had a lot of guts, he had a lot of gusto. So any opening, any transition, any big movement was going to be met with a lot of explosive force. We could then end up in some scramble, spend energy I don't want to, or it's unnecessary. So instead, get him bucking, get him using that energy. And I have quite heavy hips, which is a very common staple of catch as catch can. You know, wearing people out, not just with strikes or submissions or holds, but with your overall body positioning. So I just put that crush on him the whole fight, or at least that whole first round. And I could hear his labored breathing, his wind, his energy, everything just collapsing. So I knew come second round, he was going to be thinking more about don't drown on the ground, and then I could open up and start hitting him with stuff.
The submission was interesting because it seemed as though you were mid-submission. You weren't quite finished locking it in, and then he tapped. Were you surprised he tapped?
I was. I even had it even a little longer. I was like, wait a sec. No, he's really tapping. I hadn't kicked off yet, and maybe that's because, I mean, I knew I had it pretty tight, but and I'm got a decent bit of strength in me, but perhaps the physicality of his own shoulders and his neck and the size of him would cause it to close off quicker that way.
Do you feel as though you can maybe exhale a little bit? You're back in the U.S., big win, Strikeforce. You won your first round fight. It almost feels like now you've got some momentum. Finally, after the Gilbert Ivil fight, you're finally back on track here. Would you agree with that?
I think this is a good jump off. It really is. I've got a lot of work to do. I've still got my IGF match coming up, so there isn't going to be any slacking on my part. I still got to be in the gym. I got to be lifting. I got to be training. I got to be ready to go out there, work my matches, win my fights. It's a busy schedule, but I know I can do it.
We talked in the pre-fight interview about this sort of new Josh Barnett, and you were saying all the right things, with the Zuffa purchase. And then you had, the great media workout, and you did the promo here and things like that. It seems as though, I don't know, it's hard to put my finger on what this Josh Barnett is like.
Here, we'll just do that. There.
Heart.
Just put his finger right on it.
It's all about heart?
It's about heart. It's about just enjoying this moment. This moment exists while it exists within this short time period that our bodies, our minds, our lives allow us to do it. I'm here to enjoy life, actually, not just this part, the fighting and the pro wrestling and everything I'm doing here. I'm here to enjoy life always. Go on adventures, do things out of the norm, push myself, do things that could even be scary to me or where I would normally feel stupid or whatever. I'll do it because I don't have any room for fear in my heart, and I stand by who I am and my beliefs, and as long as I don't compromise those, then I'm okay with it, and I'm just having a great time.
You excited to fight Kharitonov?
Absolutely, man. He looked the toughest he has since I've ever seen him in his last fight. So that means that's great for me. That means I can go out there and beat him at his best and elevate my status just that much more. Plus, the guys you beat, the tougher they are, the better it is for you.
Any idea when that fight will take place?
No, nothing yet. But I heard probably the fall, which is cool. I could use the extra time, and I'm sure he could too to prepare. We're pros.
Finally, did you see the Overeem Verdum fight, and what do you think of Overeem's performance?
I did see the Overeem Verdum fight. I saw a good amount of it, and the one thing I would say is kudos to Verdum. Very smart to be just so active, even if it's sloppy, even if it wasn't effective, but just that amount of activity to try and see if he can't push the big man and make him gas out, make mistakes, continue to keep that pace up over and over and over and over and over again. The one thing I noticed with Alistair is he didn't throw, and he very rarely planted his feet. And if your feet aren't planted, you can't throw much of a strike. So maybe he just got flustered with every sort of wild goofball antic that Verdum was throwing at him. Maybe he got some nerves. Maybe he got tired. It's hard to say. But his striking didn't look very sharp tonight. But I don't think that's indicative of him being a bad fighter. I just think that tonight, he's just off. And I'm sure Verdum had something to do about it.
We know who's the final four now. Who's the favorite?
Yeah. Well, I'm still pulling for Overeem. I think when he comes out and he fights the way that he's capable of, I think that he should beat a guy like Bigfoot Silva. But I think I should beat Karatanov, and I'll meet Overeem in the finals, and I'll beat him and walk out of there with a nice shiny belt.
Congrats! Looking forward to it.
I guess I don't know if we even get a belt from this. Yeah, it's okay.
Get something.
Do you have a belt?
Yes. I'm gonna work on my Helwani belt, and then I'll give you that one.
I will gladly challenge you for a Helwani belt. Plotnik can referee.
Anytime, any place.
Yeah. いつでもどこでもやってやる.
What he said. Arigato.
Yeah. どういたしまして.